Let's talk about love, health and wellness, transformation, yeah, we got it. Discuss your breakthroughs, national issues. This show will take you there, yeah. Taking it step by step, living
Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. How are you all doing?
Getting stronger and living longer. Let's figure out the questions for ya. I need a little conversation. You need a little conversation.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. Happy Sunday. Listen, by now, y'all got to be sipping something.
Talk about it on the conversation. When you need a little motivation, life is better on the conversation.
We are getting motivated, inspired. We are getting just prepared and absolutely training our eyes on 2021.
Here with Shenique on the conversation, yeah. Here with Shenique on the conversation, yeah. Here with Shenique on the conversation, yeah.
Hi, everybody. How are you all doing? Happy Sunday. Welcome to Sip and Chat. What y'all sipping? That's what I'd like to know. I don't know. This camera looks a little, I'm not sure, but we can make it work, right? How's everybody doing? Hope you all are having a great Sunday. It's a little overcast. It's a whole lot, look like it's going to rain. In fact, there is a severe thunderstorm or severe weather warning out. And so certainly you want to stay wonderful and safe and dry. And so guess what? Right here, this is exactly what you do, where you do it. What y'all sipping? Hello to you, Florena Pratt. Hi to Kizzy Aisha Newton. Hi, Kizzy. Hi, Derek Hanna. Hello to Godchild Griffin. Hello. Thank you so much, Godchild Griffin. He says, #1 fan. Listen, I accept all of that. Thank you. Hi, Renee Turner. Hello to Talia Seymour. Andrew Ramming. Hi, Linda Forbes. Hello to Shantina Hall. Good afternoon to you. Greta Tommy, good afternoon to you. Let's just see. Eleanor Smith, hi. Hi to Netheria Roberts. Hello to Nora Arnett. Hello to Kizzy, would you say alkaline water? Well, I'll tell you this. Seriously, today, right here, good old alkaline water. What y'all sipping? I was just telling today's guests that I have a nice Prosecco for them, but I'm sipping on some alkaline water. Hello to Nadia Alexander. Hi to Patrice Mansell. Hello to Cindy Miller. Hi to Betsy Claire. Hi to everybody who's watching. Listen, it's so good to have you all here on Sip and Chat. Today, we're going to get into some deep things. You remember last week, we started talking about how do you change a man, or can you even change a man? Or can you train him? And so the views were mixed on the panel as well in the big panel, which is the live stream audience. So the views were a bit mixed in that, yeah, you can. And some people say, man, listen, man, the only way you could change a man if you're changing his diapers, or why bother? But the overall opinion coming out of last week's show was, you can, you just have to be a very smart, strategic woman. And so, of course, we'll see exactly what they have to say today, because part 2, it became just so hot. Part 2 today is, why are men so needy, though? How did men become so needy? How did this 21st century man, Bahamian man, become so needy? And at the same time of being so needy, so trifling. You hear so many women talking about, listen, the dude who talking to them, trying to talk to their friend as well. Yeah, it's just so much little games and tricks and little trickery and scams and everything else happening, everything else going on, that women today are saying, man, you're needy, and then you all can't even qualify yourself to be needy. Well, we're going to hear what the panelists have to say today. That just sounds quite interesting, right? And so listen, welcome to Sip and Chat, Sunday Sip and Chat. Peggy Candace, it's good to see you, Peggy. I want to hear what a woman has to say about this as she leads out the gate. And then, of course, Mandel Miller, good afternoon to you as well. We are expecting Leonardo Evans, good afternoon to you. But listen, I want you all to do me a huge favor starting now. share the live stream. Share the live stream. Share. Tag several women and men in this conversation today, and let's get it going. Hope you all are having a great day as usual and are staying safe and indoors, because you don't want to get wet and caught up in this little severe weather warning that we have. And so let's just do it. Let's get it started, right? And so, okay, Mandel, I am looking at you first. I am looking at you. I see you first. I see we waiting on Peggy to come in. But Mandel, how have Bahamian men become so needy? I would have wanted Peggy to lead this off and answer this first. But when she comes in, we will certainly see see her. But Mandel, how did you all go from being men of the 70s and the 80s and even in the early 90s to now being more needy than women?
Shenique, I can't help but disagree with you when you say being more needy than women now. I can't help but disagree with you. And then you took a shot at us, man. None of the guys was on the screen when you was doing your intro, this, that, and the next, from segue from last show about, you can't change a dude unless you change any diapers. That's a little cheap shot.
Well, see, that wasn't me. That's what the people
because
think.
A lot of us guys, we've been growing and maturing and changing to accommodate these awesome women that are in our life. But in terms of us being needy in the 21st century, man, Shenique, I think a lot of, I told you, I kind of agree. The standard, a real man, his standard has kind of risen from what we saw Granddaddy do back in the 70s.
Risen or dropped?
I mean, for me, I think it's risen.
Sure. It's risen. So what standard? What brand new standard this is? Because you all ain't looking good in this standard.
It's risen. Shenique, gone are the days when guys got into a relationship because she liked him. Men now today want to know what she's bringing to the table because men are expected to be men. And when I say be men, Granddaddy had 12, 17 children, maybe 1 or 2 jobs, but he took care of the household. Nowadays, the cost of living is totally different from in Granddaddy those days. So when a man really is interested in a woman, he wants to know what she brings to the table, and she gonna have to bring a little bit more than brass and crappy to the table. That's just real talk. And because men now, because men now know what they want. And a lot of women think that men don't know what they want. You know, it's always, because a man is being able to state what he wants. He's being needy. He's being this. He's being that. But Shenique, realistically, ask some women, and I'm not generally speaking, I'm not saying all women, but I'm telling you, ask some women, what is it that you're bringing to the table? Other than crabby and breast. And a lot of women will tell you, I never think about it like that, Shenique. True, This Father's Day coming up, and they always say crab and rice and what else?
Crab.
Okay, any man on here disagree with me, you could speak your piece. But I'm just telling you from the man caves that I encounter and pass through. Look here, it ain't that we needy. We got standards too. When we came home, mommy gonna ask me, she could come by to help me cook this Sunday. If you can't fry plan,
hold on. You're already stepping ahead of a lot. Cool, mother, I meet you. We start dating, and your mother is asking, can I come by and help cook?
Mama knows you can cook,
that's the trial.
Money no trial. Lord, Peggy, I can't wait for you to...
We need to waste more than 3 weeks to 3 months if you can't fry plan. That's right.
Can't boil water.
Come on, man.
No, Mandel can't boil water.
Leonardo.
But then we being needy.
First of all,
we must pay the light bill, pay the mortgage, pay a phone bill, get her nails done, get her hair done. But then we being needy when we want to know if she can fry plan. Come on, man.
Leonardo, see, because I already see exactly, Peggy. I hope you're paying attention to how this can switch and turn because it's already turned. Leonardo, how have Bahamian men become so desperately needy, and then they on top of that they trifling? How has it happened?
Well, Shenique, like Mandel say, let's not forget, Shenique, our Bahamian men now are they're not just dating and marrying Bahamian women, Shenique. We know that. But you have them with the Jamaican, you have them with the Haitian, you have them with the American, and so like Mandel said, the standard have changed. So like you say, you can't just come with crabby and breast with these other cultures from these other.
Yeah, but what y'all coming with? Peggy, I'm waiting for you. Go ahead, Leonardo.
It is what it is, Shenique. Shenique, it is what it is. It is what it is. You can't just come with those two. And like you said, our standard has risen high now, Shenique. It's risen high. So
I
you have
know,
to bring it. You have to
I
bring
still ain't
so
hear
much
about
more to
this
the table.
standard yet. Both of y'all said y'all standards have risen from y'all grandfather days. And y'all trying to say, okay, from the 70s, the 80s, and the early 90s, the Bahamian man has changed. His standards have risen. He now wants more. What more y'all want? And y'all can't even chat. Y'all can't even have a sensible conversation with a woman to truly get her attention. Peggy, jump in here, please. Jump in, because what these dudes figure they entitled to, they don't even know what entitled means. Peggy, go ahead.
Good
Oh
afternoon.
Lord.
Good
Good,
afternoon,
good
gentlemen.
afternoon,
Thank you
Peggy.
so much, Shenique. Now, I feel a little at an advantage, like 10 years ahead of everything they are saying. But I only could speak from my years of experience as a fabulous 49-year-old. And I only could speak as a
Fabulous what?
accomplished 49-year-old. And I only could speak as an accomplished woman who taking care of all her business all by herself. I only could speak for as a woman who not only brings something to the table, but bring part of the table with her. And so
But
I don't.
I'll ask you this, Peggy, once, and I can let you say your whole point. But is that not tiring? Understand, Peggy, I am with you and I am just as independent. I am just as driven. I am just of all of that. But guess what? I don't want to have all that on my shoulders. We weren't built for that. We weren't made for that and created for that. Why the dickens we have to do all of that? And Tyrone them still won't come talk to you and lay up on the side of you and more feel entitled to you to bring them something. Mandel, put
Deal with
your
that,
whole finger
Mandel.
on your lip. Go ahead,
It is.
Peggy.
Deal with that.
Go ahead, Peggy.
Deal with
You all
that,
be
Mandel.
quiet.
It is an evolution. I heard Mandel
All
said
them
that.
talk of corn my grandma told her to feel you all ain't made for what?
We ain't made for that. Your grandmother was not made for that. Your grandmother was not made to
This
be
is a new
toting corn
season,
on her
Shanique.
shoulder.
This
Go
is a
ahead,
new
Peggy.
season.
The two of you all be quiet. The two of you all.
Listen,
Go
I
ahead,
hear
Go ahead,
Mandel
Peggy.
comparing women of 2021 to when his Grammy and what his grandfather did. The sad thing about it is men are still doing what his grandfather did. Men are still going out and having the multi families and the multi relationships. And women are still doing the same. Some women, I should say, settling for being beast of burden, holding it together, accepting everything that the man distribute and saying, this my man. And I'm going to stand by my man. And then you have the nerve to say you can take the woman to your mommy to see
And
if she could fry plantain. It is a
Yeah, but
level
mom gotta
of
make sure she can cook.
boy, hush
I
your
gotta
mouth.
make sure she know how to take her food in the first place when we
You
talk
can't
about
just
fried
take
plan.
You all let
you
Peggy
can't
finish,
take the
please,
woman
because
on the front of the house.
like
No, 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 no,
see,
no, Peggy.
these
like
guys,
I
these
say,
guys know exactly how to get under your skin. Go
yeah,
ahead,
like
Peggy.
I say,
Continue.
I feel a bit advantaged because of the 10 years difference. I think life has taught me that we're equal in our neediness, men and women. We're equal in our demands.
Peggy, are you sure? Because Peggy, okay, since you said you have the advantage because you are a little more mature, you were
Mhm.
saying that we are equal in our neediness.
Yes,
Women,
we're equal in our neediness. And this battle of the sexes will continue to erode the possibility of happy endings. This battle is saying, oh, I'm more needy than him, or she's more needy than me. It is about the
No,
Oh, he
Peggy,
coming.
ain't got
no,
no
no.
needs.
It's about the coming together. It is about people don't like this word. It's about the compromise. Uh, we want to say, and I can speak from a woman's perspective. We have a list of things. We have demands, what we want, what we expected, especially if you have survived some broken relationship, especially if you have overcome
but Peggy, don't
doubt.
you believe a woman, especially a mature one who has survived some broken relationships, as you said, she then puts up with all of this here that is being said to us today. And these guys are speaking the whole truth about a trifling guy, a guy who was all over the place, then still want her to, and still is needy on her. And Mandel, though, said now it's a different kind of playing field where you have to bring something to the table. I think too much is being demanded and asked of women, that women have now become, as these guys would tell you, they would admit it, too masculine and too mannish. But a woman has been forced to take on that role.
Shenique.
You know,
Peggy, but let Peggy finish first, Mandel.
Go ahead.
One thing I want to touch on, the comparison of Bahamian women competing with foreign women. And for a long time, Bahamian women were intimidated because, especially when Bahamian men talk about Jamaican women and the belly.
The Jamaican woman, Peggy.
Listen to me.
The Jamaican woman, Peggy.
Listen to me. Not only Jamaicans get belly to yuck. You guys.
Oh, Jesus, Shenique.
So you guys just put it as a price to intimidate and to control and to manipulate.
But Peggy, guess what though? Peggy, yes. The Bahamian woman fell for that. When the Bahamian man started saying that the Jamaican women are better in bed, and by the time they put the belly yuck on you and they have you climbing the walls, Bahamian women have fallen for that. And now Bahamian women are trying to compete, and they trying to do whatever they're trying to do and act like Spider Woman up on walls and failing miserably.
Shenique, you may compete with just as much belly. That's what you mean. You may compete with just as much belly, Shenique.
Shenique, and
come on now, man. Let's be real here now. Because I want to use Shenique for example. You understand? When she went on her journey, if truth be told, she'll talk about how much women say she thinks she this and she thinks she that and she thinks she the next thing.
You understand?
But the average one, they want dress up what one former minister once said was big sexy or something. They want dress it up and call it sexy instead of address it. But the minute a Bahamian man got a problem with it, or he finds something else with yucking a little faster or something, or he this or he that, or he the next thing.
Shenique,
but Peggy, I hope you listen to that. You up and down trying to
and Mandel is right, you know. When Bahamian women arise in their sexuality and their sensuality and not afraid to say, touch me here, and this is how I like it. We went along and called them junglers. We went along and began looking down at them when they became comfortable and confident in who they are as women and sexual beings. We bring them something else. And so that is why now we need to look up and say, you know something? Let's leave my sister alone, because these fellas ain't playing with us. They will continue to shift the bar. They will continue to raise and drop the standard for their own sexual gratification.
So then we all need to have a little junglist in us and embrace the junglist then.
You have to embrace the culture.
All of us
embrace the culture.
All of us have it, but some of us allow society to control us, to shame us. And that is what we need to be free from. And then we will not be at the disadvantage and the disdain in conversation. Bahamian women have everything any foreigner get and more. You know what?
Yeah, but I know though. But Peggy, now let's be real now. Some of y'all boring. Some of y'all boring. Some of y'all are too safe. Some of y'all up in church. Some of y'all ain't doing what it takes. Mandel and Leonardo step in and tell. Yes.
Hold on. Before it even get about being boring and whether it's boring or not, before we even get to the conversation on whether it's boring or not, let's talk about how many Bahamian men come home from work and still gotta put in another set of work to get to work. If you know what I mean when I say put in another set of work to get to work.
Okay, what's the other set of work? What you mean?
Yeah.
Shenique, you know this to come home from work and gotta put in another set of work to get peace.
What is the other set of work? And the same middle part right there. What that is?
Yeah.
Okay, when y'all were just talking about the junglist or embracing that woman that's in you, that flirt or whatever it is that you want to, that a woman wants to call it. Nothing like when a man gotta come from work and come home to work that up in you too. And when I say work it up in you, I ain't necessarily just talking about, the general foreplay. I'm talking about when a man gotta come home and be there, mom. The minute he look at you one way, you got your curlers in your hair and you done got on your satin cap and your big pants and your t-shirt.
In other words, I want your birthday suit. I want your birthday suit one time.
Listen, Shenique. The 10 years difference just kicking in. I'm the boss. But my ex-husband, when I came home and I met him in the kitchen, and I met him taking care of the children and washing the dishes, and dinner's already prepared, and he tells me, you go upstairs.
Hello.
Message received. Message received. I know
Message received.
what message received, but he
You know
didn't
what that
tell me.
means.
He didn't tell me. Take care of the children, wash the dishes. He went home and he did those things because he know I need my strength for what he
Okay.
had in store for me. And so when he
Oh.
tell me I got this, I know when I go upstairs, I better be ready to get that. You understand what I'm saying?
But
And
you
so
all hear that?
you
No,
cannot
and that's the point there, Shenique.
No, but
Nothing like,
Mandel,
let's
listen
use
to that.
Peggy.
Mandel, wait a minute. Listen to that. You see, I can tell you what's the difference right there with what she said. Now, here's where you all bring up the Jamaican woman in particular, which I don't quite, she probably got gold trim. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is, the thing about it is, I have been told by other people that the Jamaican woman will fake all of that. Yeah, she will go and have your food, cook your bath, drawn, put little rose petals in the bath.
5-course meal,
or
3 o'clock in the
5-course
morning.
meal, the house clean, the 3 o'clock, 5, thank you, 3 o'clock meal for the
Red
y'all could
carpet.
go out and do all kind of stupidness and they quiet. See, the difference is, she has a goal in mind and an end in mind that ain't nothing to do with you. Now, what the Bahamian woman is saying, listen, man, come meet her halfway. Meet her halfway. Exactly, meet her halfway. If you figure you want to be Sasha Fierce tonight, well then come home and doggone be Jay-Z and get some things done or make some things happen
Shenique,
for her to be able to perform.
I wanted to use Peggy's point, for example, where Peggy talked about the man that came home, taking care of the children, making sure the house sorted out, and when she walks in, he says, "Now, baby, just go upstairs."
Yes.
What I'm saying is that right there is an ideal situation that I would hope and wish for everybody. Because then he come home and meet Peggy cooking, and she say, "Baby, just go take a bath and just relax," or whatever. That would be an ideal situation for everybody. But what I'm talking about is the circumstances where she ain't taking care of children at home, she ain't cooking, she ain't doing this, he
And
paying
just
the
come home
mortgage,
to
he doing
nothing.
this, he doing the next thing, and he still gotta try work her up to get peace from her, Shenique. There are many
But
men out
Shenique,
there.
So you were saying,
for
one second,
whatever
Leonardo,
reason,
Mandel,
they
you're
let
saying that's the
themselves go.
biggest, you're saying that's the biggest turn
but
off
all
right
it is,
there.
Yes.
Leonardo,
Shenique,
jump in, yeah.
all it is, Shenique, is just taking bits and pieces from something or someone else and help create or perfecting your craft. That's all it basically is. Like someone said on the live, you could be a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets, point blank. And it's about knowing your partner. But don't let the man be in the work all day, Shenique, like Mandel saying, come home. And Shenique, you have the curl in your head and you have all the notes for what you're going to do for the topic for the next
I
day.
meet you in the
And this
same
and
thing
that.
I
The
need
food
you
is-
in this morning.
No. But the
In the
Jamaican
pandemic,
woman,
although you ain't got no work
but
to
the
go to,
Jamaican
you
woman,
ain't get up and sweep, you ain't get up and do nothing because you off from work.
Listen. This Jamaican woman, this foreign woman comparison is totally out of order. It is about
don't let her,
understanding.
Mandel, don't let her be a Cuban.
Understanding your role as a woman and understanding your role as a man. And that is where the maturity comes in relationship. It is
Peggy?
also communicating your needs.
Peggy, do you hear these? Do you hear the next point? Don't let her be Cuban. You know what? Peggy, you remember the number of Bahamian men who got swing? I was a reporter. I wouldn't even call the place where I was. And we did a story because everybody was concerned about this missing woman. Where could she go? Where is she? Please put out all points bulletin for her. The woman was in Miami. She used y'all to get what she needed to get done and went where she had to go. What's the difference,
She
gentlemen,
got
Bahamian
used in the
gentlemen?
process too. She got used
Okay.
in the process too. All I can say is, don't let your husband say you have a broken toe and you gotta go Cuba. You might not see him no more.
Lord, I tell you.
Listen, all of that is intimidating and control tactics.
That's what it is. That's what it is. It's intimidating for Bahamian women.
Me personally, I wouldn't put nothing, no one above our Bahamian women. That's me personally. I love our Bahamian women in all shapes and sizes, and Bahamian women come in about 10 to 20 different shapes and sizes. I love them all, as long as you're Bahamian. Why? Because there's something unique about us as a people that when you don't have that to compare with,
Mm-hmm.
only God knows what you're getting. Because I've seen Bahamian men. I'm talking about professional men, marry professional women from other races and so forth. And it just
and they still
seems like
trying
they
to,
can't.
and they still trying to cheat with the Bahamian woman. But that is what's
Exactly, because she
insulting to
can't
these
get that
women.
sauce right. She can't get that stew
Yeah.
fish right.
Yeah, but so why go with her to begin with? Because someone said in the live feed, Shenique, and when they do that, they come right back to the Bahamian woman. I hope
No, see,
I can't
Shenique,
find that comment.
But we receive them. We receive
No,
them.
that's the thing. We receive
Because
them, and
we think like the two gentlemen keep comparing. We think we're in competition, and we're not. We're
man,
not in competition. But the
Peggy, most of y'all in competition with each other and yourself.
but the thing about it
On the
is,
woman.
no, but you all like to. And Peggy is right. You all like to use fair tactics, and that is why I asked Peggy, the women really, and I read some of the comments. And ladies, please tell me, do you all think Bahamian men have become needy? Please let me know, because Peggy, that is the thing about it, is what we are saying. They like that comparison, and when they start comparing, you do get nervous. I tell you, I was
Shenique,
approached when I first started Mandel, the talk show. I was approached months later by a Bahamian wife who said, Shenique, can you please do a show? I said, okay, fine. What kind of show? Can you please have some Jamaican women on? Because my husband told me Jamaican women have Bahamian men climbing the walls. And I could see that was something for her. She was not the first person now. She the only person. She was the first one, but she was not the only one over the years. And I have never been able to do it because the Jamaican women I spoke with, they said they will never come on a show to talk about what it is that they do, which is a lot of what they do, some of which I
no,
described.
but Shanique,
But
if
yes,
you remember,
yes,
frankly,
Mandel.
I think I was around you at that kind of time and started to do some of the groundwork in
We
preparation
all
for that
started to
show.
do some of the
And
work,
I
yes.
remember very frankly speaking with a Jamaican woman who said to me, the difference in their culture is that from a child, they are taught how
We
it is to
train, yeah.
cater to a man. That's
Man,
training.
yeah,
And
you're
if
right,
you
you're right.
remember on the show that we had last week, we talked about how the Bahamian woman like to say she want her Boaz, but she's forget the part of the story where Ruth was trained by another woman as to how to attract the king. So going back even a little further in our
Well,
conversation,
that's true.
going back a little further in our conversation, one of the reasons again that Bahamian men have seemingly become needy is because, like you say, Bahamian men use these fair tactics or whatever tactics. Let's just use the word
To
tactics.
compare.
And that's a result of understanding how the 21st century woman come with the, I need my bills paid. You could do this. I get my children school fee, gotta get this. And my this. This is how the 21st
All this.
century man has been approached. So what's now happening is instead of just crabby and doggy and fair exchange being on the table, we want to know what else you could do for me other than that.
Oh my God. So you were trying to say
That's really what it
you
is.
were trying to say we, Bahamian women, made the change happen. That so there has been a change and we are the result. We are the reason.
Shenique, like you use
Most
trifling.
definitely.
Bahamian men been trifling long time. Long time. But the Bahamian
From
woman, in my
grandpapa
opinion,
time.
has changed dramatically. Not saying our women haven't achieved more economic status for themselves. I celebrate that. Hats off to that. But my God, in terms of the kind, the virtue, the virtuous woman that was once set and that mold, that has changed.
But Mandel,
That's
that is
right,
my point
Mandel.
right there. Peggy, 1 second. That is my point right there. I am saying the reason we have dropped our virtue, the reason we have stopped being ladies that Bahamian women were known to be, Bahamian women were prized in the Bahamas and perhaps by other men as well, but certainly by Bahamian men. You know why? We had that virtue. But you all made us feel we had to go try get a stripping pole in the middle of the bedroom.
But
You all made us feel we have to walk around in 8-inch heels and nothing else on. With here to our waist. Peggy, they made us drop the standard. Now they want to turn on us.
Shenique, I agree. I'll accept your point, Shenique. I accept your point.
Okay, let Peggy get in, and then you pick up Mandel and then Leonardo.
It is the bipolarness of society. I don't know if that's a word, but that's how I see it.
We've become bipolar, Peggy.
It is the bipolarness, but because look how this conversation has shift and shift and shift.
It knows because and I know it was going to shift. I know it was going to shift to the woman's fault.
In 30 minutes, we've gone from the comparison of Jamaican, Asian, Cuban to now we want root taught by Naomi, and we want this and we want that. And that is what has been happening in the lives of many Bahamian women. She's been adjusting and readjusting and trying to keep up with this
Thank you. A woman,
bipolarness
yes,
of
Bahamian women have,
society.
Peggy, you hitting the ball out the park right now. Bahamian women have had to adjust and readjust and adjust again. And when the man talk about, oh, the Cuban, shut up. Mandel, you shut up. When the Cuban women, thank you. Now all of a sudden, Peggy, they talking about child, but you know, the Bahamian men now start going to Dominican Republic. What the hell y'all into?
Let them go. Let them go. Like lost sheep. Let them go. Women need to know who they are. Women need to build themselves. And then we need to build each other as women. You understand?
That's true.
Me? We have to stand up to this bipolarness. And I love that word. We have to say, you know, this is who I am. Be confident. We've been tossed to and fro by every affair.
To and fro by everybody.
And I can say this to Shenique.
One second, Mandel. Including Peggy, including the foreign women who are in our own country. We've been tossed to and fro by them too.
Every time they go to a strip joint or some weird place and they got their rocks on, they come home and they expect adjustment. But they also want, you hear what they say?
Leonardo, of course.
A lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. Who's you? Who's you to the man that of your wife or your partner?
You said compromise, Peggy. You said compromise, Peggy. That's what you said earlier. You said compromise.
Leonardo, 1 second. How you mean compromise when you come into me looking sloppy and stupid? You can't doggone partly pay the bills. You don't satisfy me, but I must compromise for you because you missing going to a strip club and I must turn it into a stripper?
You gotta go to the ceiling today. You gotta spin around.
And say, what if I wake up one morning after your butt out? And I went and I watched something and I saw something that's about 3 little inches more than what you bring. What I'm gonna say to you? Grow it to 2 more inches. What if
answer her question, Leonardo. You answer her question.
What if I put that kind of pressure on you and say, you know something? I have outgrown your penis. What you could do?
Well, you better go get some exams.
One at a time, please.
You better find in your face.
One at a time.
And so this is the bipolarness. What if it's reversed? What if we say, you know something? Boy, I hear Jamaican and Asian men handle their stuff. And we know how fragile you all are. And this is what you must consider. Like I say, 6 and half a dozen is the same. It can be, and you guys will not stand up. You will not survive. Your egos will crash.
No, they cannot survive it. No, they cannot survive that comparison. But I wish more women would make the comparison and say things like, boy, them Jamaican men, boy, them Asian men, boy, them Cuban men, boy, them Dominican men, boy, them white men.
You wouldn't stand up under the pressure.
No. I think the problem is, right?
One at a time. Let Peggy finish a point. Then, of course, Leonardo and then Mandel.
I know men, and their penis is their brain, it's their God. And if a woman dare to say, you know, that wasn't hard enough, son, you better do so. Y'all kill yourself on the blue pill. Y'all fragile, sweetie. And so the pressure y'all put us under for many years, you couldn't take it for a day. You couldn't even adjust for a day. You know why you couldn't adjust? Because your penis can't grow. It is what it is.
Leonardo, jump in and respond right there. And while you're responding, here, go ahead, Leonardo.
But Peggy, but that won't happen to 90% of the men because a lot of the Bahamian women don't sleep around with different men from different cultures.
A Bahamian woman doesn't have to sleep around to know that you lacking.
No. Then how you know that if you never had nothing else, Shenique? How you know that?
We don't think we know harder and softer. We
know harder, softer. We know length and width. What happened? What you thinking? Only Bahamian women only be entertaining a lot of y'all, you know.
Shenique, at the end of the day, man, and drink 2 minutes before you come home.
Shenique, They don't think we recognize that it ain't as stiff, that it dents in the middle. They recognize that,
and that's why you got some Bahamian man. If you ain't come when I come, you better come when I come back.
That's what happened.
That's why.
Listen to me, y'all. Let me get. Oh, yes, Peggy. No, Peggy. You see the double standards? No, but you see the double standards.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, Bahamian women have been adjusting.
Yes. Yes.
And if we wake up one morning and say, sweetie,
that's it. He walk out and go on someplace else.
He would not be able to function.
Yes.
If we say, the young man who's like 10 years your junior.
Oh, Mandel, put your finger on your lip. Peggy, talk. Leonardo, shut up. Peggy, finish talk.
We don't even have to go foreign. We could go next door to the neighbor and just say, boy, his back looks so good. He was out there sweeping, and
because
just
you want to get beat.
Just lust. just say something that is salacious to them and say, boy, I saw Johnny really.
I mean, I can tell you the truth. Competition make me better at what I do, buddy.
Mandel, shut up. Y'all got the biggest imaginations and the biggest egos. Wow. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. One second, Mandel, and everybody, please. Peggy, 1 second. Here, I love what you said, Peggy. We have been so forced to become different women over the years, and this ain't just started. No, wait a minute, Mandel, but it was y'all. Y'all made us feel inadequate. So going back to Peggy's point, we have become Mandel. If you open your mouth one more time, Bahamian men have made. Of course, you all have made us have made Bahamian women feel so inadequate. So we started wearing, whether it was a weave, whether it was a unit, whether it was extensions, clip-ins, whatever. Now all of a sudden in 2021 / a little bit of 2020, they want to say, Peggy, listen to me, please, Peggy. I'm talking to you. And I'm talking to all the women on the live feed. Shut up and let me talk. You understand me? Peggy, listen to me. Now all of a sudden they are saying that the natural look, I want y'all natural. I want y'all natural. They didn't tell us everything but the hair, but the this, but the that. But now all of a sudden they want us to go back to where we've been. And now you're talking about the lashes, man.
But Shenique, you here blaming us for your 28 pieces and your Tommy Taylor nails and things. When we start asking why y'all gotta do these things, your woman shouldn't fix up herself. But Shenique, when I said the other day, y'all want to fix up the exterior, but they ain't want to fix up the interior.
Man, listen to this question, please. Y'all listen to this. Now it's time for me to go to the. I am going in the comment section. Netheria Roberts says, Shenique, Bahamian men only want sex. Where's the romance? Guys, speak to that. Where's the romance? Women are lacking, and wait a minute, women feel like they are in a desert experience when it comes to romance. Y'all want jump on, and then y'all finish, and y'all eat it. You won't even turn over no more. They just get up, leave Peggy, get up, put on their clothes, and leave. What happened to the romance?
Different experience.
What happened? This is a general statement. What happened to the romance, Mandel and Leonardo?
No.
This is totally generalized.
That depends on the partner. And you say you can tell the man, but these sides depend on the partner. You gotta let the man know that. Look here. You gotta let the man know that. Look here. Listen to me. Listen. The man might only be used to quick excitement and what's not. I can keep picking on Peggy where she keeps saying compromise. You gotta talk to the man and tell the man what you want.
So then you're saying, Leonardo, you're saying talk to him. Let him know that, listen, man, they can't be happening like this.
Yeah, because don't forget now. Look, watch this. A young man my age might run up on Peggy, right? You forget Peggy age. All you know is Peggy can take this 20-something situation right now. You won't make love to Peggy. You won't make love to Peggy. You want damage everything in Peggy. You want Peggy whole cap come off.
Well, hold on.
Down with Peggy used to. Down with Peggy used to.
I think we need a class. We need a class for men in the Bahamas.
All of a sudden we need a class. Hold on, Leonardo. The other day when I told Shenique, I said, it appears that a lot of our women looking for these turnkey relationships, meaning that the minute they turn the key, lights on, or the house fully furnished, grocery in the cupboard, everything. No one wants to put in the work and actually do the brick by brick, mortar to mortar work in building the relationship and understanding your partner. It seems like the average woman today want a man who she ain't want to tell him how to please her, but she can give him a chance to see if he know how to please her. What?
Yeah.
That's absolutely crazy.
Okay, well, that's why I say we need a class so that we all can talk and understand what is required. Let me get to some more comments. Carlin Neely says the problem is everybody wants to get good treatment, but want to give the bare minimum. The bare minimum. We live in a very selfish dating society. Anybody want to jump on the fact that it's turned very selfish on these dating streets?
Shenique,
that's what we've allowed, Shenique. We've allowed it. We've accepted it from each other. It just is what it is. People only do what you allow them to.
You see, Shenique,
Go ahead, Peggy.
I agree with what was said, the comment, and I also agree with Mendel just now. It is what we allow, something that Leonardo said. He looked at Peggy, and I know it was an example, but for sometimes it's real life. He looked at Peggy, and he wanted to do this, and he wanted that. Talk to me, sweetie. You ain't got to figure nothing out. Because I might just be where you are. But talk to me. Let's have that conversation. Let's interview each other. 9 times out of 10,
y'all thinking the same thing.
I mean, we might be so mutual in our desire for freakiness. But for
yeah, but not for because I don't wear nowhere near my Leonardo comes from talking about just to tear it up. That can't be you 7 days a week.
Okay, Shenique, I can use this for example. One of the guys this week, we were having a conversation, right? And he said to me, say, boy, I ain't gonna lie. I love seeing a woman in G-strings. I love seeing a woman in thongs. But I can't get my wife to wear them for nothing.
Wow.
Say, my little sweetie, say, boy, that's all she's telling me that Amazon account.
He said his little sweetie? What he said with the sweetie versus the wife?
The little sweetie.
She's put them on because she knows he like them. But he can't get the wife to put them on.
So why should the wife wear it when he out there doing fool? Why?
No, that's what the man wants. You had him home.
That's where he finds fulfillment in what he desires.
He need.
I don't believe in it. I think it's wrong because it's adultery.
Shenique,
on that premise,
Peggy, what you say?
Sometimes they need little stimulation packages. And sometimes, if they, you know the soft spot in the middle. Sometimes they need little stimulation to stand back up what we used to 10 years ago, and so that is why they go out shopping around. But it doesn't take away from us adjusting for our man, for our partner. And so if he expressed this desire, even though you might have a WQY shape.
Wear it. Yeah,
Shenique, put this plug there for the man in the man cave, right? I want to say this.
One second, Mandel. Let Peggy wrap up, then you jump in, Mandel.
I want to say, if that is what he expressed, and we go back to the selfish desire and relationship, if he expressed that to you as his partner, as his lover, then you make that adjustment. That should not be a difficult thing.
I thought it is your husband.
Put Susie out of business. Because if it's only a G-string that gets Susie in business, then fire her by putting on a G-string. If he expressed that. And this
if that's what he wants.
This is why communication is key. This is why mature approach is key. And it's not about condescending each other. But it's about compromising in that aspect for gratification, for satisfaction.
I'll show you a point of
peace. For peace.
I'll show you a point though, Peggy, and I'd like for you and Shenique to respond to this reality. So this guy then went further and said to me, when she used to work at a certain place and wear a certain type of uniform, she used to wear them things to work. So he's of the opinion now, and I find this in a lot of men, that their women dress up more for work, church, going out, this, that, the next, that they dress up for their man themselves.
For church.
And so a lot of guys The woman, you want him to be romantic and this and that, the next thing, but that ain't what you giving him. But that's what you
true.
want in return.
That's Mandel, you're right.
And that's more than fair.
Yeah. Peggy, you look like you're quiet. You look like you're real quiet.
I laugh and he say
Peggy,
that's more than fair. I support doing what it takes if it is mutual. I'm not gonna kill myself trying to please someone who mind made up to be wayward. I'm not gonna kill myself trying to keep adjusting to somebody who go out and come back every day when they discover something new and want me to be that person.
That's true. Cause stop acting like woman is a dog on TikTok. Oh yeah, I don't. But that's true, Peggy. You're right.
If it is a true conversation where we need to improve our sex life, we need to improve our romance, I'm all for that. But don't tell me you just bring your behind out of one nasty place and you come and I'm a switch tonight and I'm a switch tomorrow. And when you and your boys talk, I'm a switch again.
You must switch again because the boys say something that cause your imagination to run wild.
And so,
man, Shenique, hold on, Peggy. Peggy, me personally, I refuse to allow you to run with that, right? And the reason why I said it is this: let's say this is now summer 2020-21. The 2021 swimsuit edition is different from last year, and you got a swimsuit last year and you wore one this year. So does the bag, so does the shoes. Everything changes. You all want them something different. So you trying to tell me as a man, I can't? Yeah, you've been swinging from the ceiling on the chandelier, but I can't all of a sudden now want you to try something different or want to try something different. Oh, man, look here, I can be real. I can be dead real. Some brothers are here in the conversation the other day.
So Peggy,
fella going home. Hold on, Leonardo. Fella going home and ask his wife, say, honey, why you never let me eat your bungie? So the wife say, you ain't never asked me. Yeah, but then I hear my co-workers them talking about it, and she said, yeah, but I would love for you to do that. And her thing was, I didn't know how to approach you on it. Communication. That's all they required.
Crickets.
Leonardo, while you figure that last comment out, let me just get to some more comments. Betsy Claire says, a lot of men are not helping in the home and they're not even paying bills. See, that's the stress on the woman right there. Let's just keep it going. Diamond Bain says they political campaign shirts and man, wait. we wear the campaign shirts and the satin caps. That's what we wear all day. You leave us in that, you come home and meet us in it. Carmen Ramming says they need to get swing because they're too foolish. I'm sure she probably talking with men. Peggy, a lot of people are agreeing with you. Letitia Mortimer says communication is key in these relationships. Just as Mandel gave an example that stumped Leonardo, like speak, discuss something. And then, but Mandel, I'll tell you this with you, Leonardo and Mandel, you all, for some reason, Peggy, you cannot discuss certain things with your wives. Why is it that you figured that you've come to that conclusion, but go out there and look across the road or around the corner at Shaquita them, but figure you can't bring that home to your wife?
Shenique, one of the main reasons for that is...
One second, Mandel. I'm let Mandel go and then you.
One of the main reasons for that is men find it first. A lot of relationships don't have friendships within them. That's number one. Number two, men find it difficult to communicate certain things to their wives and be honest with them, because women tend to be judgmental. They tend to jump off the cliff with another thought that the man wasn't even considering, and so men find it difficult. Whereas when you find Susan out there, Susan into any kind of thing and into any conversation. You understand? And I want to be honest. If a lot of women would be more interested in just hearing what their man says versus being judgmental, you will find that men start to eventually communicate their true feelings to you. But if I feel like every time I say, baby, this the problem here, or baby this or baby that, and this happens almost in every conversation with a male and a female. The female won't tell the man what he mean and what he trying to say. And so men eventually shut down and say, you know what? To hell with it, man. Whatever you think, whatever you believe, it is what it is.
Leonardo, you agree?
Go.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel as if at the end of the day, Depends on who that man married to. He might have a wife, whereas at the end of the day, she might not grow up that kind of way, or it might become to a point where before they got married or when they got married, everything was peaches and cream, and she did everything that he wanted, and then as time goes by. But at the end of the day, facts remain when they hang out and they drink and they talk. You for example, Peggy, I have to keep using you. So if the man come home to
Go
you,
ahead,
Peggy,
sweetie.
and you lay down in the bed, Peggy, and the man take the ice and put it in his mouth, and he just put that on your back and just roll it up on you. You can jump up and say, "Oh, geez, what is this?"
Come on, Leonardo, come on,
I'm,
bring it
I'm
on.
a different.
Or he might go down there with the ice and come up. But the thing
I
about
hope.
it, Peggy, the thing about it is
You wet me
sometimes
up like I put on my cream.
sometimes Peggy, when men hear other men having these experience with their wives or their sweetheart or whoever, when they want to bring that same experience home, it gets shut down. And
Why
so he
shut
has
them up
that
with
eagerness or that
experience with
curiosity.
sweetheart? You
Listen,
Well,
always
Shenique,
run out and
sometimes
run
he
on.
want to bring
That's
he
what
trying
you
to bring
do.
that experience home so he could get rid of the sweetheart.
Don't go with no woman.
To
Anyway,
eliminate that.
let me tell. But Peggy, 1 second, I need you to answer this. Carlton Neely says you gotta buy gals a house, buy them an up-to-date car, take them on trips, all expenses paid, pay for another man's kids to go to private school before you even get a second date. Peggy, that's how these women. That's how we showing up on these streets in the Bahamas.
that sound like she find a donkey. That's what that sound like.
Most looking for one, Peggy.
That sound like, and
Well,
if he ain't married, then he need to cast his net on the other side, because there's some different type women out there who
Yeah, but Miss
will
Schultz,
work.
now don't play us all down now, because we like things too.
Yeah.
We just ain't asking all of that.
Yeah, Shenique, I want to tell a small story. I was invited once to speak to a women's group on their night, women's ministry night, and I was the last speaker, and I saw everybody, and I think I was the unsaved speaker, and I saw every sister in the church giving these well-crafted out speech on what it is to love your man and be humble and be submissive. And I sat there, and they had booklets and sheets, and I had 3 cards that I wrote something on so I could look like I prepared. And after I looked at them, I said, something? And I had my hand like this. I say, some of y'all just need to go home and juice those men.
You told the church woman this.
Yeah, in their meeting. I say, juice him. I say, don't rebuke him. Don't go home, get on your knees and pray for him. All he need is a good juicing.
mm-hmm.
That is probably your problem. And you will see some things turn around. We have to take responsibility. And I'm not talking about adjusting and everything.
No, but in the basic real things, yes.
Yes, we do our part. Do our part. I heard
That's
a man
true.
talking about your appearance. I heard a man talking about the demands for material things.
Mm-hmm.
We have to know, like I say, who we are. And if I'm with somebody and he's going through a stage of his life that he needs for me to be his helpmate, that he needs for me to be his support, that he needs for me to be his peace and his safe place, I'm prepared to do that. I'm prepared to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of us have become very selfish, and we don't want to be bothered by all of that too much. Yeah, you're right.
And I'm the woman. If you come to me with one ice, you better have a cup.
Oh, sure.
Have
extra.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And church women, you all heard Peggy. You all stop, man. Listen, man. It's a time to pray, and then it's a time to get on your knees, not to pray.
You ain't his priest, man. You ain't his prophet. You ain't his apostle and his bishop. There's a place for all of that, but in your
trying to pass the all. So you're trying to say a lot of them trying to pass to their husbands?
Yeah.
Hold on.
If they call it unsaved.
Jesus,
Especially if they feel their husbands are unsaved.
Peggy,
the Bible says you do some things to win him over. Yes, sir.
Peggy, something just came to mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how difficult it is for a man to romance a woman who don't want fix nasty for him?
What is fix nasty?
Who don't want to do what?
Who don't want fix nasty for him?
What is fix nasty?
Peggy, you talked about you just said in
Shenique, what
the
is this
opening of the show,
nonsense?
you said you believe that we're all needy in our various roles.
I got needs, baby.
Exactly, and so does a man.
Yes.
And just how a woman wants a man to romance her through the day. Shenique, I call you this morning. I can tell you, I left you home this morning, but I called to say, baby, I called to see how your day going, how you was feeling, and let you know I was thinking about you, and this,
Listen.
that, the next, and I'm trying to get something going in you.
Mhm.
But at the same time, when I come home and
I had to drink water and all. This conversation had me thirsty. Go ahead, Mandel.
I didn't work you up I didn't spend my day working you up, and nothing like when I come home and I can't get some G strings or some thongs or something that gets
You get the Bible
me
open
worked
on
up
the
through the
bed.
process.
That's true. I'll tell you this. There was a
Psalms
lady on this
91.
show. There was a lady named Michelle Burrows, I think, on this show. She said, and I was shocked by this, but maybe not quite, because we wearing satin caps all over the place. She said, "Women, stop wearing these slips. I don't even know people still sell slip over your breasts, and then looking sloppy, and then you want the man not to look on the corner of his eye at Jane." You know what I mean? Listen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I have to get to more of the comments. I have to. I'll tell you, now, Peggy, listen to this. Lewis Barton working on all our nerves. Here's what he said. Gals ain't understand it's a global crisis. What the hell he mean by that? He's a real idiot. We're going to take a
He's
quick
a
break and come
man.
back with some final comments after this. No, he's trying to be funny.
No, Shanique, mommy said they come
A break,
dime a
a
dozen
break.
to the
Mandel, we can
global
take a
prices.
break.
We say keep up.
Yeah, we can take a break and come right back. Lewis talking fool.
Beyonce may have said that she woke up like this, but remember, Beyonce has a whole team of experts to help give her that flawless look. It's your turn to shine in the skin you're in with your team, Flirty Girl. We help you contour your body, enhance your curves, and embrace your skin with our fat-burning laser lipo and breast and butt enhancements. Relax with a facial, a massage or detox, and try our fitness and nutrition coaching, or even our specialty services, Brazilian wax, and intimate skincare and intimate brightening treatments. Let your inner smile glow on every inch of yourself. Maybe even surprise him with a male or couples experience. This is your invitation to unveil your beauty. Request a consultation today by calling 677-1689 or WhatsApp 467-9630. Flirty Girl, where you are beautiful.
How would you like to shed some extra inches of unwanted belly fat? Did you know that there are alternatives to surgery to get rid of unwanted fat? Let Therapy Natural Health Spa help you reduce fat without surgery. Therapy Natural Health Spa employs a series of methods in a customized plan to suit your fat loss goals. Target those stubborn and challenging areas on the body with our cavitation body shaper that uses heating lasers to break up and melt fat during each session. Did you know that as you drink water and exercise, that your lymphatic system and liver work together to help eliminate fat? Let Therapy Natural Health Spa help you get the results you've been waiting for. Call us for a free consultation and let Therapy Natural Health Spa work out a plan for you. Check us out on Instagram or Facebook. Our numbers are 393-1126 or 1132.
Maybe it's for the thrill, or the scenery, or maybe you do it for the speed, or maybe it's for the baby. It might just be for the next stop, or even for the beautiful moments. Whatever your reason for driving, we'll be there to keep you going. Atura Auto, servicing your vehicle at a price that keeps your pockets happy. Call us today.
For sipping and chatting with us. I know we did much sipping today. We just was totally chatting, right? But I want to drop this to y'all. Y'all, ladies, listen to this. Jeff Lloyd in the House of Assembly, I think it was Wednesday. Jeff Lloyd, who is the Deacon Jeff Lloyd, said his wife is his movie. You all stay right there. You all stay right there. And she is a mature woman. They are a mature couple. But he said, my movie. Everybody said, well, if Jeff Lloyd could be cutting movie, what the dickens wrong with you all? Come back in, panelists. You all saw that comment, by the way. That went viral. You all saw it? People say, oh, shoot, look at Jeff could have movie. What y'all into?
I love it. Shenique,
that one went over my head. I completely missed that. I heard nothing of it. This is the first time I hear about it.
Oh, you
So in my
started
mind right now, right, Shenique? In my mind, I'm thinking now, if he's the minister of education, he got to be the director of the movie. So I'm thinking now, if you're in the director's seat, baby should be doing everything. She don't need no stunt double. She need none of that stuff. She just need a script.
Sis obviously cutting movie. Peggy, go ahead.
At a certain age, there are some liberties that you don't mind taking. There are some things that you'll take pleasure in doing. But like I said, there must be that conversation. I don't have time for you to figure that out. Let's talk. This is what I like. This is how I like it. This is where. This is when. I'm
but
we're talking
about the church woman, Shenique. We're talking about the church woman. I think that's what the comments is talking about.
Leonardo, who? What you say?
That's what you're in the comments. They talking about the church ladies being too churchy.
No, in the comments, I can tell you what I see in the comments. I see a lot of comments saying a lot of these foreign women only using y'all to get where they need to go. So keep thinking your wife's too churchy.
Whether they using us or not, the average Bahamian man ain't care about being used, because the average Bahamian man doesn't feel like we ain't got nothing in this life to get. We ain't worried about being used. We worried about being fulfilled. That's the problem. We ain't worried about being used. We trying to be fulfilled. Our sweetheart using us, the neighbor using us, our wife using us, everybody using us, but not like when you getting used but unfulfilled. That's damn grumpy man.
Okay, well, ladies, you all hear that? The man say they don't doggone care if Nikita Shakita come in to try
Shenique,
to try get where she won't go.
About being used. How much fellas you know there? I wouldn't say the average. The Bahamian men who the sweetheart, the more they make, the more they sweetheart. It ain't about being used, it's about being fulfilled. And the average Bahamian man is saying that they're being fulfilled.
I can give each of you an opportunity for a final comment, because I know you're all talking stupidness, but the more money you make, the more sweetheart he got. Listen to me, sometimes some of these men, women, and you all know we have had many relationship shows over the years, and women have been very vulnerable. Wives, not women, wives have been very vulnerable with me from the conversation, from the radio back to the TV. And they have said they do everything. And their husband's still out there looking to try, see what he could see. Peggy, you go ahead first.
Okay, Shenique, you say final comment. I want to encourage people, if you are in a serious relationship, if you are preparing for a serious relationship, especially at a certain phase of your life, be prepared to have an open conversation. Be prepared to be open to its views and to make those adjustments. I'm not saying be prepared to be a fool. There's a difference. And if this is a committed attempt or a committed relationship, then there's some things that you might have to do. There's some things once he said, and you got to listen to the man. Yeah. If this is a man that you're committed to or interested in, listen to what he likes, because one size don't fit all. There's not a cookie cutter relationship. And That's so true. Make sure Listen to what he is saying. And if he's not asking you to defile yourself, if he's not asking you to compromise the place, don't be afraid to say, that ain't me. That ain't me. And the man
Peggy, but
must be mature
what
enough
you do
to
when, how
respect
you
that.
can fix your mouth to say that in you when that's what he figure he wants, and because you tell him that in you, he figure he look at
Listen,
elsewhere.
if you ain't nailed down, be able, one of the greatest things I've learned to do in my life is move on. Move on, sweetie. Move on. I'm prepared to do
Great.
what I need to do. But if you're asking me to compromise some moral standard in my life, move on, sweetie. There's somebody out there who can meet where you at.
That's
Find that
true.
person. Find
Valencia
that
Fernandez
person.
says men settle for outer beauty, and that's what they are interested in. They still, though, want to just lay down and shake and are not creative at all. Final comment, Leonardo.
Driver.
Um, but I'll say this. And this is something that I tell all of my friends. Even before they enter into the marriage world, I always let them know. Try, before you get married, whatever Susie, whatever Jane, whatever Laura used to do that you like, try and get all of that in one to your wife. Let her know what everybody did for you, that had you out there, that you was interested in, and get her to do all that in one. Let you come home and she in the schoolgirl outfit. That's what you wanted. Let it be.
You
But
better be a 7 and not a 4. That's all I say. Go
you know
ahead.
what?
Look like Peggy, look
Hey,
like you left him
why?
speechless again. Look like you hit him where it hurt. You need to
No, no,
stop
no, no.
talking
I's
about
an
her.
honest man.
You
I's an
better not
honest
come
man.
here.
So I ain't get no.
What
I's an
that
honest
mean? You's
man.
Andres man. Y'all is
Honest man. I ain't
y'all is
get.
barnyard animal. Eh?
Listen to
What does
me.
mean you's
The
Andres
Evans all
man?
the
You
way.
better
We
know.
don't
God,
no
please.
You
complaint.
better know your mouth is
Jesus
for more
Lord, I
than
tell you.
talking and
One thing
giving
with
great
No
men,
speech.
complaint.
got the
Andres
biggest
all the way.
imagination. Listen,
Shanique,
you think women creative? Men in
with,
here,
with,
they don't want
with
his king in here.
Andres all the
with
way.
all those
That's a
commands, you
different
better
breed.
know your mouth good for more than giving great speech. But go ahead, finish your closing point. Go on.
Go on, Leonardo.
Listen to me.
You obviously hung like a barnyard animal. Go ahead.
Listen. Yeah, but
I like how
basically,
he's so silent.
basically, like I was saying, what we discussed earlier with comparing the Bahamian ladies to the Jamaicans and the Cuban, like Mandel say, a man just want to be, he just want to be satisfied, and if he can't get that at home, or you lacking, or you're not interested in that, he's gonna go out and do what he's gonna do. So the final comment for me is, ladies, communication. Talk to your man. Let him know. Not let him know. Whatever he tell you need done. It might be a big compromise, but hey, if that can keep him in the house, do it.
Okay, well, Melissa, it's good to have you joining in. She says she's happy she joined in for part two, even though she came in a bit late. Let me get to one or two more comments, and Mandel, then you have a wrap-up comment. When a man decides that they want to move, they want more than, then that's the problem. When we require women to bring more to the table, then they go and go to the dude who only wants the physical because that's less work for that woman. That's just Carla Neely. But I thought men do that. I didn't know women. I didn't know women do it
Shenique, let
too.
me go right there. Please let me go right there.
Go right there,
Six,
Mandel. Wrap up
six
comment.
and
Please
I
let me
don't
go
need a
right there.
sermon.
Shenique, I heard Peggy, and this is my encouragement to every woman under the sound of our voice today. I heard Peggy talk about how the Bahamian woman would try to be this and try to be that and try to be the next thing. And what I heard was not try to be themselves. And too many times, 9 times out of 10, if you want to know why I wouldn't say why your man is out there, but more so, what is it that have him can't that you can't seem to get his attention? Is because there's something pertaining to you that he just can't communicate with you about. And so I wanna encourage every Bahamian woman out there, instead of being the Jamaican woman or trying to be this or trying to be that, and I see it in so many different relationships, just work on you. And so
Yeah.
even if that brother ain't for you, you'll be better for
You'll be
Mr.
better for
Right
the
when he
next.
comes
Yeah,
along. But too
yeah.
many times women try to be everything else other than working on themselves. These men see you. They know you hurting because he know you know he's scheming and he this and he that. But nothing like when he see you go in the mirror put on all your Revlon and your this and your that and your eye mark and your eye candy, but he don't see no internal work happening, and he realizes that woman is bound by whatever the circumstances is. So my encouragement to you, Bahamian women, is work on that inner woman, strengthen her, rise against whatever any Bahamian man bring towards you. Just strengthen that woman, and you will see, either if he's the man for you, he gonna fall in line, or you can find yourself with a better man. But nothing like a broken woman being in another relationship with another man that's broken and still ain't working on herself. And men see that too often. We see
Men can
women
see it.
work
That's
on
true,
our
women. Men can see
exterior.
it better than we think they can see it. They
Yes,
spot
we do.
vulnerability. They spot desperation and all of that. And that's why they jump on it. Listen, gentlemen, you and then Peggy, each of you 10 seconds. You all know what 10 seconds is? You all know what that is, right? Here's Letitia. The last name A. Start with A. I'm reading your question. What is it that causes a man to lose interest in a woman after they get married? Very quickly, each of you.
My take from men, having been married, my take from men is nothing like when a man is discussing a challenge with a woman that he can't seem to get her to acknowledge or look through. And I've always said to women, when you look yourself in the mirror and say, who's the fairest of them all? Any issue that a man presents to you, if you present yourself to the mirror, all it does is enhances you, even if it ain't the case. If he say, I don't like this and I don't like that, but you still go in that mirror and say, let me look. Let me apply some acknowledgement to whatever it is that came from him. All it does is make you more beautiful to him or to the next man. It don't take nothing from you.
I think for me, definitely when you lose respect for the man, you know what I mean. And I know a lot of persons with marriages years and years and years where the husband started off so good and now the husband is a drunkard and he ain't paying bills and just gambling and this and that, but that wife will continue to uphold her husband in front of her children, and no matter how old they are, and continue to still give him the respect that he needs.
Shenique, for me, and I was married, actively married for 15 years. It was the lack of communication. As we matured, I married at 21. And as we matured, you change as an individual. And so it was that communication. It was my ex-husband, in my opinion, not trusting me with a new truth of his. And it was medical, not trusting me that I will be the same woman to him that I was, even though he was having a medical crisis. And so he shut down. And so for me, that was the silence killed us. The silence killed our marriage. The silence destroyed our family, and we had a good life. But the silence. Wow. And so I knew that I had to be his peace. I knew that I had to create a safe space. And so my disappointment was that after doing all of this for 13 years, that he went silent on me and he didn't trust me with what he was dealing with. And so it died. And so that is why I am an advocate for communication, for honesty. And when you do everything, when you're that woman at Proverbs 31, that you tried, that is your example, and it still fails. See, because these things still happen. And so I was broken, I was hurt, but now I learned from those things. Each broken, each bad experience. And I'm not angry, and nor have I given up of the potential of having a healthy relationship again. Yes. I won't keep myself from that. I love.
Yes. Karen Barr says most men lose interest when the chase is over. So ladies, somehow find a way to remain a chase, whether that is your fitness, your constant growth, all of it. Carlin,
you hit it on the
yeah, constant growth. Carlin says it's not always about the physical. If you constantly are berating that man, trying to emasculate that man, disrespect that man, in spite of him doing everything he can to make you happy, then he will go where he is respected, appreciated, and acknowledged. And so, as you can see, the lady, right, there isn't one reason a man may cheat, you know. It is all these different things. So all of a sudden we start looking at him and our eyes don't light up no more. So we start letting some emasculating words come out of our mouths and you know, and all of that.
She ends up speaking to the state of the man and not to the king in the man.
Yes.
Boy, it's hard to speak to some king and some of y'all now, but anyway.
You
Well,
want
no
me to
wonder
say the
you
word
ending up in
king?
the same state, so a man speak it, so is he.
Well,
So
that's very
see,
true. I believe that.
Okay then.
I have to say king. King.
No, I tell you, no. You know what, ladies? Let's Bahamian women. Let's start being nice and soft and speak to the king and our men. How about that? How about we do? Everybody who's married and in the relationships and all that, you know, try something out for a change and see and then shock him. You know, see what happens, and then you all shock her. My lord, about every day, you all got a dog on. Come up, you know, bring something too. Let's do this. You know, because Leonardo figure
Let's bring out
he anyway. Listen, I thank you all so much. Good to see you, Atlanta, Georgia. Darlene, good to see you. That's right, Melissa, I agree. Well said, Carlin. Anishka Miller, thank you very much for your comments. I saw several of them. I wasn't able to get to them. I thank you all so much for your comments today. Please do share the live stream and the live cast. And go over this. Go over this with your husbands. Go over this with your significant other. If you're engaged, go over it. If you're a single woman looking to know how to truly love a man and show up and not try to compete with everybody else that the Bahamian man tries to manipulate a woman with thinking they must compete with, all of it. Go over it, watch it again. And listen, we will see you all tomorrow for Hot Topics Monday, talking about that police video that so many people are talking about, and the fact that you know, when is excessive force a bit much, or just we really want to. I want to talk about that because something similar happened in the United States just recently, maybe about 2 months ago, and it was a huge debate. With police officers speaking out. And so we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Meantime, guys, have a beautiful Sunday and see you all tomorrow. Don't forget, set your notifications, like the page, share it with somebody, share this live stream, share the show today, and see you all tomorrow. Everybody have a great Sunday.